I made a video last night and decided not to upload it. And this is the attempt to share that message, which last night the message was simply the words I had received in my mental landscape. But after sleeping on the message and experiencing my day-to-day events, the message, the words have filtered into gnosis, into my spirit. And I've had some follow-up experiences. And the sense that I have gotten is that whereas intellectually I understood that there is support for what people are engaged in on this pathway of spreading the light and attempting to live in that manner, but the actual mystical vision, the actual experience of a force of light that was there, connected now with my light. And beyond that as well, this sense of looking out on my environment where I live and feeling love. And this is a very challenging place, where I live, and it has had its challenges as far as me controlling my temper and me being diplomatic. But there's a lot of people that are still trying to figure things out in their life, and so we know how that can be. But looking out upon my environment with love and compassion, and honestly, in the past, I can be temperamental, and although I will say that thankfully for my studies in Carlos Castaneda and recapitulation and stalking, where you constantly are introspecting and you're constantly playing how you interact with your environment. And one thing that I've been very good about is not saying the things that go in through my mind, like, holding my tongue. And that, I believe, is a very powerful thing to do. Just by being silent, you have more control with your environment, and you don't have to worry about things you said and creating that energy, putting that energy out. So that has made things easier in this challenging environment where I live. But experiencing this love and compassion along with this light, I believe something very significant on our planet, on our timeline, has taken place. And I was going to call the video last night, the King of Light, the 7 seals of Revelation. And we should understand that the seals of Revelation, are basically conterminous with our energy centers. And the seals have been opened. The seals have been broken open. And this is what the adversarial energy greatly fears, because when you're able to not just have it as a thought in your mind, love for your environment, love for your fellow man, but as that energy controlling you, rather than the annoying sort of ego interplay sometimes with things that you witness, but feeling that energy of love for your environment and for your world is power, is a very powerful weapon. And oftentimes we confuse, or we use these metaphors and examples of weapons of sword of justice and all this, but to understand all this. But Satan fears love, and Satan fears understanding, and Satan fears self-discipline and control of your energies, and letting people have their ego tantrums in your environment, but having that aloofness, or rather that space of energy of love, to let them do that, and you're not caught up in that energy. So I believe something significant has changed, and that the King of Light, that the light is even stronger now here in these last days. And I want to share really quickly just a little passage from this book, The Keys of Enoch. Come, let us exit Egypt. Let us take the wings of the morning and prepare our people to meet the host, the Adonai. And Adonai is the name, this is throughout the galaxy, this is the common name for God, Adonai, the source. by leaving the pyramids of the old order of consciousness. I believe this is what's taking place for everybody. Come, let us remove ourselves from the pharaohs of the world, the pharaohs who keep the world in slavery to economic bondage without the capstone of light. Come, let us cleanse the system of life and exalt him who divides the heavens and the earth through his people of light. Enoch explained, when he gave this key, that the membrane of man, membrane, min ha-adama, the living substance of consciousness within the blood, must become membrane, min ha-adama, membrane raised to the next ordering of evolution, membrane as universal media. When this takes place, the membrane of blood crystallization within the body of man can cry out from the earth, just like the blood of Abel cried out from the earth to Yod-He Vod-He. The blood crystals are alive within the greater membrane of ongoing life, which knows no death, only realignment, integration. Thus, the alignment with the pillar is necessary, lest the mind be constantly recycled back into the same biological matrix, again and again, to replay life within old memory patterns of consciousness, with the diminishing power of the atom Kadmon. This alignment is done in order that the true light forces enter mankind, and mankind be born anew of Christ. Seed crystal to seed crystal, people of God to people of God, Lion of Judah, triumphant over the power of Pharaoh and the old radiations of the sun. Now let the 36 and 36 flow of energy between the earth and the sun be broken, and the brothers and sisters of light come forth in the power of the Yatzar Amroth. Shalom. Now, and in this book, before I made this video, I just picked it up. I was led, and intuition took me, and I picked it up right to that, which exactly is confirming what I've experienced, what I had the words last night, and what I've experienced today. You know, everything from the soul to personality fusion, the higher self coming in and manifesting heaven on earth, it happens in stages. I'm speaking from my experience. Although I've had the knowledge and the path before me, I've still had to deal with my lower personality, my ego, and mentoring that ego in a positive way to to impact my environment in a positive way without the old ego demons. And I believe that passage I shared is talking about this consciousness of light and how it has flowered with great strength, and none too soon, because we are definitely intensifying in this final battle between the Dark Lodge, however you want to call it, the Sons of Belial, the Deep State Khazarian Mafia, that alliance, the secret government, and God's army, the people of light. The people have chosen for themselves a path of light and expanding consciousness and unity consciousness, in the sense that we're not allowing ourselves to be manipulated in this final battle to choose sides one way or another and be caught up in the actual physical battle. But the spiritual battle is what's important for the people who have chosen this path, chosen the light. And we are now in the final days of it, and for the control of this earth and for the future. God's army will win, and all earthlings who have either rejected or ignored God all their lives will perish in the great battle of Armageddon. Only the most spiritual people will survive the battle of Armageddon, because they will have divine protection. And together they will establish the seventh golden age of enlightenment. Integration on earth with substantial help, and this is important, and assistance from the Christed extraterrestrials, the true army of God. I believe we're going to see some momentous, spectacular things in the days ahead. And for me, for my personal world, I shared what the beginnings of that, the love, the consciousness of love, and feeling the energy and able to put it out into my environment in a more vigorous potentiality. And I believe and this is important, the Christed extraterrestrials are going to help with this, that embody the Christ consciousness. 95% of the extraterrestrials in this galaxy are Christed extraterrestrials. And I need to tell you that the negative ETs, this is why organized religion, and in particular the Vatican, with their many releases, their disclosures for alien contact, ETs, and all that, they are the negative ETs. The Vatican and organized religion are the demonic ETs, and they're trying to scare everybody else off from the actual Christed ETs. But all that is going to be exposed, because now we are in the final days, the final battle of the light and the dark, the sons of Belial and the sons of light. Is, I believe, here we're going to see things beginning to intensify and separate. Namaste, namaskaram.